My idea was to make a tree which looked like it would consume the building.
All Europeans, we had heard about Holi festival, so that's why we wanted to do something.
In our fast-paced times, a moment is a precious commodity. One woman attempts to steal it and then slow it down. For one perfect day each year, Holi brings an explosion of color. And energy and vibrancy comes out of hibernation. But here, an artist duo hailing from France has made it eternal.
Colors, you're spreading love, you're spreading happiness.
An Indian artist and a French duo take to the streets to tell stories from our past and present. This week on Color My City. Anpu Varke is a visual artist who works in various mediums. Moving between styles, she draws from her small-scale works for her mural at the Containers.
Before I did street art, I have an avid studio practice, which I've been doing for over a decade now. And I mainly paint portraits. Portraits of my friends. Life portraiture is what I do the most. So yes, with the Container project was my first large portrait I did. I was working on this new comic book and it was based on my childhood, and so I thought I would reference an image from my childhood, so the images of my brother that I've painted. Surface is very tricky, let's say. It's not an even surface like the walls that I'm used to, or any flat surface. It's uneven, and for the first time I used this exterior enamel. Everything is slightly matted, but it's got that, it's not standing, and I really wanted that sort of, again, like memories, everything fade. So it was really going with my idea of working on something which was part of my memory. So it was really, it's also bleached it out in a little manner, which I really like. The kind of work I do on the street, I allow less for that, and it's more of a performative thing, so you have to deduce things in a much more spontaneous manner. While studio, you can always redo, rehash. There's always the time available, but on the street, you have to work fast. And sometimes that's also good, where you have to sort of delete all the recurring images and sort of come down to one and sort of work in situ. And I really like that.
Anpu doesn't call herself a street artist. But when she does create in the medium, it's a way to initiate a conversation with the passers-by.
So I was very thankful to have a space where I could try anything out. And I guess for me that was the best part. There was no compulsion. I could do whatever I wanted. So I did what I really wanted to do, which was paint this portrait and see how it would work on this container. It was very tough. It was very tough, but I really had a lot of fun doing it and envisioning it. I guess now when I look at it, I mean, definitely when I go back to painting again, I will definitely try and do something similar with so many colors on another scale, on another space.
One of the favorite spaces that I love is the face over here. I like some of the really colorful work that they've done, like the installations. So I like that child there.
French artists Lek and Sawat have been making graffiti for over 20 years. Now they are in Delhi's Lodi colony, creating work that builds local pride.
We wanted to do a wall that everybody living around could understand, because initially we wanted to write something big but in English, but as soon as we set foot in Delhi, it didn't make that much sense to write something in English. So the first thing we did was when we decided to work with Hanif because we wanted to work with a local artist and we really liked what Hanif was doing. So we came here and we started talking with the people about what we could write on the wall. We wanted to write something about Delhi. And initially we were looking for word plays, but we stripped it out and talking with the street kids, we decided to write We Love Delhi.
The piece captures the action and colors of Holi in graffiti.
And the idea for us was to mix the aesthetics that we usually do, which is graffiti, vandalism, tags, drippings, stuff like this. Mix it with something very local. And the idea was to have a sign painted on top of what we did. What we wanted to do is use all the colors of, not all the colors, but give an idea of Holy Spirit, right? Of the Holi Festival. So that's why we chose to put so many colors on the wall. Usually we don't work with so many colors. And we wanted to give the impression that all that color was raining. For the first 2 days, we covered the wall with writings, and we destroyed those writings immediately with water. That's why everything is dripping behind me. We thought it would be very interesting for us to work with Indian letters because graffiti has always been centered about letters and names and tags. And the one thing we notice each time we travel abroad are the letters, because when you come from Europe and you arrive in a city where there's 4 different official languages and you can only read one of the 4, I mean, it's very enriching as an artist. So we met Hanif and we proposed to him to work with us on the wall. Hanif built the typography in his computer, and we projected it and painted over what we had done before.
Lake and Swat both comes from a graffiti background, like a hardcore graffiti background. They're currently doing a residency in Italy at this very prestigious place called Villa Medici. So they took out 10 days from it and they were ready to come to India and explore the Indian part of it, where they were here for 10 days, and in 10 days they had a lot to do. And it fits well with the kind of artists we have from different parts, and they have a very distinctive style, which is kind of abstract graffiti, which is also one of the expression we wanted to have in the art district. So when they came here, we spoke about graffiti, we spoke about Indian sign writing, and also my involvement with sign painters and the hand painted type project. I think in the end, mixing abstract graffiti with Indian sign writing, it turned out to be a nice idea.
The work, superimposing clear block text on dripping colors, creates harmony on the wall, and one that passers-by can celebrate.
We see painting as music, and this is exactly what we've done. We are 2 jazzmen that traveled to Delhi, and we found a local musician to play a gig with us. And this is a concert we did. But Lek was just good at stuff I wasn't good at, and I was good at stuff that he didn't know how to do, and we worked well in the sense that we had no ego problem, no jealousy, he painted bigger than I did, none of that stuff. And we just started one project which led to the other, which led to the other, and yeah, it's just inspiring. And I think it's good when you travel, especially when you start traveling, because who the are you gonna tell, Jesus, I've never seen this in my whole life at the end of the day if you're traveling alone? I don't know how the other guys do it, right? Real richness of our discipline is that we're plunged inside a society and a reality immediately. So we created bonds with all the little kids that live around here because we're taking water from a courtyard right behind, and that's where they live. And I think that's the uniqueness of this form of art.
She wants you to just, take you around to the market.
Take me tomorrow because we have to work on the wall. Can you tell her that?
आप इनको कल ले जा सकते हैं, उनको देख के बोलिए.
Tomorrow, yes.
हाँ कल.
Okay?
Say
Tomorrow. How do I say tomorrow in Indian?
कल जाओ.
अच्छा.
Shukriya. This is the real stuff. The people that come through this street, most of them don't care about street art. They just, all they see is a painted wall. And I think that's the real deal, in the sense that you are painting something in their everyday environment. And for the moment, we've only had a positive response. But come on, we wrote, "We love Delhi." Who's gonna say,
A lot of people come out to Delhi, and you would love to see like colorful walls everywhere, colors. You're spreading love, you're spreading happiness.
इस पे कलर अच्छे किए हैं, रेड, ब्लू, वाइट, पिंक, हर कलर, मतलब सातों के सातों कलर किए हैं और डिजाइन भी बहुत अच्छे बनाए हैं।
जो करवा रहे हैं बहुत अच्छा करवा रहे हैं और आगे और बढ़ना चाहिए।
You are beautifying India, and we keep on saying Ati Dev Bhava and all those slogans, but this kind of work is much better than all the sloganeering.
Great work, keep up, spread the happiness, spread the love,
spread the love,
and don't stop.